Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello, weird people of the internet. Thank you, Ivor Kebab, for doing all that weird tier gifting sub thingamajig. However that works. But now you've ruined my list. I can't see who's there. Redverse, Demon Sub, Orinoco, Dutch, The Wonky Goblin, Zoid Pinhead, Crispin, Ivor Kebab, and Redverse. Hello. No Gerry. Maybe in the pub? I don't know. I haven't talked to him today. So, just in case anybody has seen our tall friend, hello. Crispin just got back from Vegas. Hope you didn't break the bank. Or your bank. Potentially Gerry-free episode, unless he decides to pop in at any time. The message channels are open. Speaking of open, I need some drink. Crispin didn't break the bank, but he did vomit in a lot of places. Fair enough. I think that's what Vegas is for. Hello, Zorg. Let me know if the audio levels are good, acceptable, or could be improved. Hope you had all 98% of the time. TMI, Crispin, TMI. Cheers, you lovely lot. Well, technically, if I remember correctly, Vegas is in the middle of a desert, so if you were just outside the casinos, there should be enough place to put fermented human waste. Oh, good God, how does this happen? Yes, I did kill Kenny. I am the literal bastard. Busted. Hello, Jill. Welcome. So, how do we start this one off tonight? For one, I was a bit irritated. Somebody over at Facepage on the Star Wars Legion group was asking for people to show off their terrain. And he used a picture for attention grabbing, as it seems to be some kind of tradition. He used the picture from when way back when Mr. John and Mr. Lloyd did the 8080 terrain table for Star Wars Legion. I really had to dig deep to find that vlog series. Hello, Doros. David. Why can't you friend Ben? Oh, he blocked you. The bastard. I'm pretty sure he's afraid of you sending him weird little pictures. Fluffenhammer also goes live tonight. Okay, I see where that is going. No worries, David. All fine. Yeah, back when they made tables, killed innocent toys for the sheer click numbers of videos. I totally forgot to look at the actual date of that. Let me see if I can quickly find that again. Technically, theoretically, where's my bloody face page groups? Where's the Legion group? Where's the bloody table? Oh, there's the bloody table. And the link says May the 4th, 2020. Fucking hell. I'll just plonk. Oh, I earned myself a hype train reward chest thingamajig. Let's open that. David, no hard feelings. It's completely. Oh god, I've got a new pseudonym mode. Totally fine to be on different streams. Is Fluff and Hammer 30k for teddy bear blocks? Hype train emoticon goes choo choo. For whatever reason. I'm not even sure if this is now a. If I can use this more, don't know. Is the table older than that? You sure about that? Let me look into the video that is linked within that project. Oh, bloody. You're right. The video was released February 2018. Fuck. Has it really been so long? Where did time go? Time flies. Fuck. Oh, so she will be craving pizza then, Crispin. Don't mention Davor. I think currently the axis would be more Italy and America, but different subject. Many less kilos. Speak for yourself. I'm still the same weight class as back then. At least, I guess. Yeah, must be. Could be much less than back then. Ooh, harsh word, Jill. It's been a long time since the site felt that alive. Yeah, but let's be honest. It has been pre-COVID, and there was a lot of action in the studio, and I think that's what's really missing currently to make it feel like a community again. Currently, it's a blog with videos. I'm still a bit mad about them cutting up that poor little 8080. Why would they do that? Can't even see where the actual vlog went. Is that still connected to the YouTube video? Nope. I hate it when links break. Did they even care to do it? Is it this one? Oh, that's even more longer ago. So, rematch project. Where's the vlog link? Is this still working? Yes, this is still working. Grand. And the start of it has following date, February 6th, 2028. Oh, that's a shame. The vlog is mostly for backstages. Let me put... Oh, Dutch was quicker than me. Yeah, it's all there. But somehow the link from the YouTube video descriptions to the old project is busted. Hello, Radagast. Welcome. Well, back in 1994, the 8080 was still readily available, so David, you're forgiven. I'm currently looking in the camera, talking to myself, having a beer, and hoping that inspiration strikes. Screen is frozen. No, no. I hope not. Wonky, you say the project system is working. I haven't used it in quite a while. And yeah, I need to get my projects running. Where's my link list? Where's that link list? Let's put it in there. Let me see, what was my last project? Spores and his projects. I think we've looked at it in the second to last episode. Let's see, projects. Where's my project? I think projects are sorted by date, aren't they? I hope they are. Well, the forum lockout is probably some kind of spam protection that got triggered. Oh. Oh, there's it. Yeah, this is my latest project. Do I lose frames? Not yet. Motivation, or the lack thereof. Yeah, I feel that's a recurring topic for everybody. May 27th was my last project usage, so yeah. Where do you see a penis, Mr. Crispin? On that side of the chair or that side of the chair? On my left, this would be there. It's my green screen. That I haven't used yet. No, no. No. Blurred in the background. Well, there's Star Wars toys. Oh, the blurry background to each side, you mean? Okay, yeah. Not going to tell you what that is. It's nothing exciting. Yeah, that's my old profile picture. That's highly pixelated because it's just boring old board games. And those things are X-Wing boxes. Yes, Crispin, you are right. That's all pixelated hentai penises of mine. Peni? I don't know. Did they ever announce the sprinkling challenges winners? I think they did? Question mark? I'm not sure, but I think they did. Where was it? Yes. So, I usually, if I can't find my Hobby Mojo, refer to just to do anything except my weekly gaming and this podcasty thing. Currently, there would be more than enough material to do anything but historic. I just can't. Because it's so cluttered. It's so crammed, and besides of this 1 square meter where I can rotate my chair, there's no free room anywhere to do anything. Yes, was the plan, Zoidpin. That was the plan. And don't you love it when plans fail to execute because they met reality? I just couldn't get my lazy bum off the chair, and then other things were in need of attention. One of them being my wife's birthday. So I think I'm having a free pass on that day. Just by. Funny you should mention that. For some odd reason, this very early in the day today, I had the very high urge to buy a smoke machine and a little laser for making light effects like in the disco way back in the day, and I came this close on buying one. What would I need a fog machine for? And I'm not talking about these teeny wincy model things like Gerry put in that Orc Gargant. I'm talking about the ones that actually make a room go poof. Stop making me rethink my decisions of buying. Well, technically, if I were to be fogging this room, I wouldn't be seeing the mess. That would be on the plus side. But then again, the residue, I think, is not very good for miniatures or anything else. Yeah. Oh, and I need to build a wizard's tower for next week's game of Frostgrave, because we need the bell tower that is 2 stories high, and I don't have any, so... when? Oh, time. I don't have any. I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have space. Why am I even in this hobby? That would be the easiest way, true, but the game explicitly says needs to have 2 layers of 2 levels of playing area. But I guess the state of bot war is unchanged. They still are in need of paid, the last 2 ones. And just because you're mentioning the Pringles can, and hold on a sec. I started this years ago. So many ideas, so little execution. I mean, having the Pringles board and just shoving in 2 parts of hard plastic or cardboard will be my last ditch effort resort, but yeah, it's an intriguing, simple build at first until you actually start building. When you come to the realization, okay, making square bricks to make a round tower is a bad idea. So I theoretically only need to go into the garage, fire up the hot wire cutter, and make me some large circular potions to quickly stack up a, what do you call it, a tower. I actually have ideas, and I took artistic license on the official Cromlech Frostgravy bell tower. Oh no 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 no. Oh, Inoko, that won't happen. The Brock will stay as is currently. That will be my Brock. I will have a Brock. I might even have a Brock before Gerry has his roam. But don't quote me on that. Good ideas, Leutpenhead. Still need to have at least 2 playable layers that need to be more than 3 inches high, so things need to be addressed. Only sounds fiddly as hell if you don't have a circular cutter with your hot wire cutter. They will be 1/4 to 1/3 size of a complete circle. So if I do multiples of those, I can stack them and have a ruinous tower more or less instantly. Magical invisible wizard's tower. Not too bad, that idea. I see that as a emergency fail back safeguard, kinda. I mean, technically I could just buy the set from Cromlech and have that assembled. It's enchanted to look like a blue telephone box. Oh, I know. I'm going to take my R2D2 cake can. No, not cake. Biscuits. What did we call that thing you put biscuits in? Hold on a sec. Oh. See? For cookies. Comes even with cookie cutters. Yeah, but the whole tray doesn't fit into my mouth at one point, so I need to have reserves for later. Yes, that R2D2 is silent. Hold on. That one isn't. I don't know. This is. Oh, never financially recover. Oh. Not good enough. Wonky, that's a very sore subject. I really, really like Hearst Arts molds, and if they weren't so fucking bloody expensive, I already have 1 or 2 or more. Yes, R2D2 is a bad mouth. Nothing good comes from him. But yeah, that's usually how I handle a hobby mojo drop down. Doing nothing and waiting for what you call it, inspiration, motivation to kick back in at any time. Oh, there's still some distributors post-COVID, but these weren't cheap at any time, at any point of the discussion. Especially if you looked at what Hearst Arts himself asked to be paid for. So, I mean, it's his product. It's fair to buy it, but you need at least 3 different molds from him to have a decent set of any kind of style to be able to do something. 1/12 diorama. That sounds interesting, Crispin. To be fair, let's not forget the point. This is a hobby, and the main focus of a hobby should be bringing joy and happiness. And if it doesn't bring you joy or happiness, or you just don't feel like it, don't do it. You are under no obligation to buy miniatures, to paint miniatures, or to even play games. The last part might be point of discussion if you're in a gaming group and you have made promises to play something like a long running campaign, but still. Yeah, it's a pastime. It's something to relax, to make your brain uncramp in the most literal sense. Redverse, if your hobby is getting you high of fumes, you might want to vent your room a wee bit. Just as a precaution. And don't start smoking in that fumes. Fumes and fire go boom. Crispin, you're a what's it called? You're a safety hazard. Dear children at home who are currently able to read the chat, do not take any of Crispin's advice that he's currently uttering. I don't think that's sound advice to have. Something ain't right with my internet connection tonight. I'm hoping I'm not getting stuttering or weird video issues on the upload side, but downloads today is terrible. And then I'm happy if the video outgoing is okay. I'm not getting dropped frames, but again, I'm having music in the background running from streaming services, and it's cutting out often tonight. I hope not. That would be my wife, and I'd be very annoyed if she did so without me. So, but to get a wee bit back into the regular hobby hangout stuff, Mr. Wonky Goblin, you sir are doing a game build thingamajig, and you pushed out miniatures to Gerry to show off, and I want you on camera. If you are willing, we should make some kind of video appointment sometime in the future when you want to talk about your game. And then we could make some kind of video recording, not a live stream, and then put that out on the YouTubes, and you just waffle away about your game. If you are interested. If not, fine by me. Yes, pointing is hard, especially if you're trying to look along your finger and where it's actually going. But it's stupid, because if I want to point at you, I should just point at the camera. There's the camera. Why no live waffling? Two reasons. I only have time to waffle live in the late evenings, and I'm not sure how Mr. Wonky Goblin's timetable is set. Plus, a recorded video is more relaxed than when you're having to deal with a, let's say it, a little riled up crowd sitting next to you, shouting down your ears. Yes, Jill, I think that's the way I wanted to phrase it, but me lacking the knowledge of the details of the English language. Yes, I know. I should know that my chat is the worst because I'm king of the crop. But I think that's the reason why we are able to have a nice and civilized discussion and chat about things and weird topics, and not just go, "You suck, you stink." Yes, you do it with Yellow Belly all the time, and what do we have for it? They haven't finished the whatchamacallit, Ass Creed. And they have technical difficulties all the time. Yes, I've seen the Pickle Ben. I'm still not sure why Ben would want a Pickle Ben Rick, but to each his own, I guess. Potentially. Mr. Jammer's Cuts. Where's Mr. Jammer? Why is Mr. Jammer's Cuts in Discord and not here? Or did I not see him come in? Ah, you people. I mean, there needs to be questions we want to ask the Wonky Goblin once we make an appointment for video recording. So, people, if you want to know what drives a man to make his own miniature-based game, put questions down in the comments. Send them on a postcard. Goodbye, Mr. Radagast. Do some choir? Choir. Who does a choir at home? has anything actually really happened this week in regards of miniatures besides tiny cutesy little sharks having a Kickstarter? Oh, I know. I've seen somebody on YouTube complaining about Conflict 47 miniatures being minis being bigger than bolt action. Oh, I guess you mean chores, not choir. See, I know the language. Yeah, Dutch. Andy is... He can't seem to catch a breath. First Brexit kicks him in the bottom. Now US orders go all the way down. Are they? I haven't seen them yet. The only reference I had was John building them. And are they really resin if... Are they really resin if they are gluable with Tamiya thin cement? I'd say no. They look to be perfectly fine plastics. The conflict minis look boring. Yeah, I mean, it's World War II with a little bit added details. So, yeah. Could be more interesting. Oh, I see. So, foot troops, plastic, and the rest is cast and wall of resin. Ugh. Even if a miniature in resin is nice and fine, sculpted and easy to work with, there's something in me that really screams plastic miniatures, and plastic cement is just the way to go. They don't tend to break that easily. Yeah, Demon Sub, I think Andy currently is or has been at a point for a long time now where a reasonable course of action would be to not do sculpting in miniatures anymore and just focus on a normal full-time job. But then again, he put so much heart and soul into his casting stuff. I mean, every time he asks for money, I'm looking through his Etsy store, his online store, and I wish I could just hand him some large amount of monies, but I don't. Yeah, Demon Sub, Mel has gone poof again. And he's not the only one. I feel we're in a timeline where several creators are really feeling the lack of financial return just focusing on YouTube. Yeah, and he tried. Mel tried to restart his channel more times than I think I can handle, and the last time it really felt like he could make it, but then suddenly just vanished again. Yeah, Taurus, that's the problem. It's not enough money to go around, and especially in a time where making videos is easier than ever because let's remember when people like Mel started doing miniature videos, they had a tiny camera and their little desk, and they really made it from the ground up. And today, anybody with a smartphone can actually produce decent video quality. And Zoidman, even Midwinter Minis guys isn't making a living wage on YouTube. They are all relying on Patreon or similar services. Not one of them is really making enough money via the means of YouTube to actually live off them. You need to have a 7-digit number of subscribers. Well, that theoretically people could do that. That doesn't mean that there's not some idiot out there doing their best to screw themselves over. Yeah, I think Patreon would still work for him, Jill, if he hadn't gone completely silent after a series of money grabbing, for lack of a better term. I let's be clear. I don't know what happened when he first went dark, but there must have been something happening. The books sold bonkers, and shortly after that, I feel something went downhill. He lost his marriage, and there must have been something happening that he lost his wife and basically his mojo or way or whatever. I remember him being so hyped on building a fantasy 3D map, I think for Foreground. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Crispin, you're probably not wrong. But the thing is, if the studio is a necessity for making his content, not renewing the lease of his studio would cut him from making content, so he's not making any money. It's what's the term called? Uh, I can't think of the terminology there. Um, Sunk cost fallacy. That's the one. Yeah, Mel should get a job in the industry. We have been saying that on the show for ages, and I still think that's a valid course of action for him. Yeah, I see your point, Crispin, but I don't think it has been. I don't think that was the problem with Mel initially. There must have been something we are all not aware of. But that's probably a complete different subject and should be talked with him. But even if you're employed in the wargaming industry, you're never a very secure job unless you're with Games Workshop. Jill, you're correct on that, and that's why I quit his Patreon when he started. churning out 3 times the same video essay sort of kind of thing. I'm not sure if anybody of you remembers those, but I think it was even on the episode where he was on the Weekender with the guys on Beasts of War talking about depression and stuff, that he started this whole gig because he really wanted to do that, and that his wife told him, yeah, do that if this helps you. Not quite sure of the wording though, it's been a fucking long time. I'm not sure, Zeitben. I think asking people for help once in a special occasion, that hypothetically, let's say I would be moving out of this flat because it's burned down. When that would be a point where I would consider asking people for donations, but not to pay my regular bills. It's not a job if your income isn't steady and on the same level. Yeah, I guess, Dutch, you have a point there that Andy is doing it a wee bit often, but I think that's more down to the fact that it worked the first time he asked for help, and yeah. It's there was this has been some weeks ago now, prior to Mel's last relaunch of his channel. Um, the bloke he made the book with in conjunction, what's it called, Dave Taylor, was planned as a guest over at the Painting Face, and the patrons were asked to ask questions. And I did ask off the record if Mel was alright, because nobody could tell me anything. And after the video, I got a response from the Painting Face team that they had asked Dave Taylor, and he said, yeah, Mel is on the way of getting better. I'm not sure what happened after that. What a joyful subject! People being mentally distressed, in need of money, and the whole world going to shh. Uh, yeah, Taurus, that's a maybe he should get out of the hobby content creating side and just enjoy the hobby as is. Get a job of any description and just get his book straight. Talking about Mal now. For Heresy Andy, I think the problems are a wee bit bigger because of the mental problems his wife is having. Crispin, you're giving me an idea. Maybe we should all write to Wayland Games and convince them to employ Heresy Andy and or Mel. Give them proper jobs. Paul Stanley also posted a Crisis video recently. Not sure if I'm familiar with that name. Let's look him up. If I recognize the face. Copy and paste. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the Kiss Guide. Where is it? Yeah, I see. Well, I see that's a YouTube channel with a very small amount of subscribers, so that's definitely not working as a job replacement. I'd say. I think you really need to have 7-digit subscriber numbers to consider living off of YouTube. Denley, that is a valid thing to say. It's probably not. But then again, Mel did do what do you call it? Contractual work for other companies. So maybe that's a way. Not employ him, but just make him do a project. Oh, Crispin, at 54, wanking is also a form of cancer prevention. So wank away. Just make sure the camera's off. Yeah, it would minimize the risk for the company. It would potentially leave anybody who does the work more freedom to do so, and he still could make use of the actual work, like he did back when he did the 3D map for, I think it was Foreground. I mean, there's so many companies out there doing MDF terrain kits. Some of them must have an interest in a famous YouTuber using their stuff and making good use of it. See, Zoidman, that could be mitigated by just going and say, yeah, here's a stuff. When you finished, you'll be paid. Say when. No, he didn't, Crispin. He really started to do regular videos again, pointed people to his patrons, which is fair and square in my opinion, but he didn't do another please send me money. Start an OnlyFans site. I mean, technically, just having an OnlyFans account just for shits and giggles would be the most hilarious thing I think any wargamer could do. But I'm pretty sure some of them already have done that joke. Oh, I do seem to remember the D-Day board. Wasn't that with the very large beach head he did? Was it modular? I think it was modular. Bad raps on OnlyFans. And then I hit him with a stick. Oh, speaking of, my mate and I, we have gone old school in measuring frost gravy stuff. Whippy sticks. Much fun was been had playing with whippy sticks. No, Crispin, I need something with more length. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, Jill. But that's more or less what I meant when starting my argument. I feel there have been a lot of creators that have fallen behind the curve, for lack of a better term. I feel some creators. Let's be honest, who's to blame? There is so much content available to us to watch and enjoy without even paying anything. You're not even paying with your time because you have an ad block running. So, who's to blame for content creator just going? But is really nobody but themselves to be blamed, Zoidpinhead? I feel there's not only the problem with people not staying on ball, but also uh, let me rephrase that. Guy from It with the Minis and some other people did experiments on releasing identical videos with the same content, more or less, but one being very positive and one being very negative. And the videos that made the numbers are the negative ones. And people like Mel are anything but negative in their videos. They are just pure joy. And you can't win with pure joy on YouTube. You just can't. And Wonky Goblin, you don't have to tell me that. I am self-employed, so if I do not go to work, I don't get any money. Orinoco, do you really have less time to watch? Or is that just so much to watch that you don't want to watch any of it? But is really people liking the drama, or is it just damn machine learning thingamajigs in the background that make it more appealing to click on troublesome miniature wargaming related stuff? Well, Zoidpin, that qualifies as being the odd exception. Now, of course not, nobody's entitled to. But wouldn't it be nice if people would be able to earn a living wage with things they love doing? There's a little saying in German that the word job comes from something different because it's the German word for job is Beruf, and Berufung is being appointed by God almost. So your job is the thing you are meant to do that gives you inner peace and makes you happy. No, Dali, you're right. Not all YouTube's videos that are successful have a negative connotation, but most have. And that's the crux of it. It's easier. It's literally like light side, dark side in Star Wars. The dark side is quicker, easier. Anybody got some happy news? Yeah, Jill, I think it's a combination. The thing people tend to forget on this whole algorithm thing is it's not only that YouTube looks at what people are watching that comes from your channel, but the viewer has a profile too. And yeah, if people start to click more on negative videos, YouTube will happily serve them more negative videos. Well, Crispin, that sounds like a recipe for a very long and happy life, and I wish you all the best for it. I really mean it. Everybody out there, live a long, happy life. Be good humans. There's no neutral Jedi, only grey Jedi demon sub, and they have been put into the expanded universe. Um, there's a German YouTuber I have been referencing in the past, Michael Martin from Tabletop Workshop. He stopped doing weekly videos because it was too stressful. Before it was every Friday that he had made a video, and currently he's not being able to do that, and he has said, yeah, there will be one per week, but it might be Saturday or Sunday. And that's totally fine. But I feel that's detrimental to viewer interaction. Theoretically, possibly. I don't know. It just feels odd if things are not on time. Jill, same for me. For a long time, I was a very big fan of Black Magic Craft. But at some point, I thought to myself, hey, he's only doing 3D printed crap. I don't want this. And then I stopped watching him. I even had a small time period where I was watching and enjoying Squidma, only to realize, boy, he's not my kind of tea. Um, the trouble with YouTube and pleasing the algorithm is they are changing the rules they play by almost monthly. There's nothing that can prepare yourself for that. Oh, Demon Squidward was flamed for the Gundam subreddit in this recent video. What the hell did he do? Yeah, and Wonky, you're right. They're all doing brushes and paints and... Neat merch. Yes, Crispin, I also like jugs. Let it be known. Because it's a silly talking show, and it's... Even when they don't talk about miniatures, it's just a delightful waffling. And to be fair, the only one of the three regulars I watch content of other than on jogs, it sucks. It's like the honest wargamer. Yeah, it's 40k in Age of Sigmar, and I not interested. Peachy's way of making videos is not striking me, but what Sux is doing, Louise, is different and interesting. And she's just always so happy and gleeful when she's painting her rainbow marines and weird little stuff. Gundam was a poor imitation of Lego. Fuck. Okay, my work for tomorrow is set. I need to find that video and put it on my playlist. Hold on a second. This needs to be Jeeves. That's a... Well, to be fair, he made it that people are talking about him. And well, any advertisement is good advertisement. When people are talking about you, you're still in the game. Jesus Christ, the thumbnails of him are getting worse by the minute. Let's just put it on watch later. I'm not going there now. Kristen, what makes you say that Louise isn't a happy person? Yeah, she's not without troubles. That's for sure. But who is? Wonky, it's completely fine for not liking people. The weird thing is, uh, the three when together in the Jocks podcast are delightful to listen to and hear them talk, but individually, not so much. You think it's an effort to get in front of the camera? You don't say. It took me years to not shit my pants before going live. Live TV always should run with multiple hosts. Why do you think I was so happy when Gerry asked to join? I was over the moon. Even if it had been only for 1 or 2 episodes. Yes, Redverse, I have gotten over shitting my pants on camera. I'm not wearing pants anymore. Well, more Demons Up, I think that train has left the station long ago. My invitation is still open. But I'm not going to chase people who don't want. True, Zoidpin, that's very true. People that are happy for stuff on their plate, showing toys. Now, do I or do I not open another bottle of beer? Sometime this year, Warren was on the Weekender. Or was it XLBS? I can't remember. That is a very good question, Redverse. Hence, I will open another one. If memory serves, Warren had more or less silently dropped a reference of, if I understood that correctly, having trouble getting in front of the camera for reasons. So, whatever reason that may be. Lloyd hasn't been on that much either. I mean, it's basically been Shay, Gerry, Ben, occasional John, and Justin. Yeah, Lloyd has been in the comments at times, but not regularly. Regularly. Oh, Wonky, we don't need to make a video. We can just make a podcast. Totally fine with that. Saves me getting my hair done. Yeah, but they still are employed by Business Daddy, so it couldn't be that much money that they buy a house and retire. So, Pinhead, don't let yourself be, what's it called? Don't let them hold you back. Ask every time again. Intimidated. No, that's not the word I was looking for, but goes in the general direction. Yeah, Jill. I mean, just look at the footer with all the coming soon things. It's a ride. I mean, I'm not sure about any of you, but I'm still there for the community part of it. That should be a number that theoretically could be found out, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it does show up on the name section of the members. Could there be a filter? This is again a topic I had with several people in the past. Allegedly, on tabletop has 14,949 members. Let me just say, I doubt that. Demons Up, you're not paying for Discord. Discord is free for everybody. I'm guessing, Dan Lee, because the indie is not making money. And things that are not making money are being pushed to the extra long bullshit show. Yeah, it's annoying, but I'm going to guess, and please believe me when I say this is a guess, Business Daddy does pull strings in the background. So I'm guessing they will look at numbers, interaction of the video channel, and oh look, there's Indie of the Week, nobody's caring for those, remove it. Where, according to what Gerry says, some things like working are unpopular with the teams. Demons Up, and that's totally fine. When the Weekender has a multitude of Games Workshop products sitting in the news section, I usually stop listening. Yes, painting seems to be unpopular with some of the team. No, I think Gerry actually finally has ceased paying his backstager money. And let's face it, ever since Wayland bought or reacquired OTT, we all knew that that would be a media outlet for their products, which is totally fine. Oh, you know who's the sponsor? The ad you can't remove on the front page, even if you are a Cult of Games member with the tick set to "Don't show me ads." Crispin, why would they do that? Do a survey of our hobby, and there's no money in that. Well, Zoidpin, um, the only way you can make that argument is to basically vote with your wallet. That's how anything works these days. I mean, just can anybody remember how long we have been talking about the fact that the OTT website used an ancient source code of WordPress, and only this year poor little Tom had to make sure that the site is gone up into a proper release cycle? Yeah, and why do Moonstone and Saga get so many mentions, Wonky Goblin? Because Gerry loves them. I think the best thing that can happen to you in North Ireland miniature games terms is if Gerry is into it. He will make sure you know about it. Oh, Zoidpin, don't get me wrong. I'm not even sure that the way they've structured the site is something you should use any standard default website coding for. That should be a project of its own. Well, Crystal, maybe Mentec has tried to nick Gerry, but then he made sure to let them know that he has some bags of Mantic coins. No, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't move. Oh, why should he? He owns a house. And he lives with his mother, I think. So Gerry simply towers over Andy. See, my biggest problem with all of this is we can point at things we don't like. We can make statements about things we would want to change, but really making a difference is hard. Case in point, the Wednesday Hobby Hangout. I was there the first few times, and after that, I didn't find time because I was literally busy with other things. I'm not sure if somebody else is still showing up on the Discord Wednesday Hub Day Hangout. I don't know. I hope so. Same with the forums. I've been yelling from every roof and treetop to go use fucking forums. The internet is in a rough state currently. It is way too easy to be spoon fed content without the need of any interaction. I think that's one of the main problems. Sitting down, actually interacting with other people, making up a constant stream of thought, and making a text that's legible. Yes, Leutpin, people have lives. We can't hobby every night. That's completely correct. And I would never have expected the week Wednesday hump night hobby hangout to be exploding. Christmas, that's the one I was referring to. I haven't been there on Wednesdays the last few weeks. I'm not sure if anybody else has. Uh, Even if it doesn't happen per se, the channel is there. It's free to anybody. I feel um maybe it's also the fact that a certain percentage of hobbyists are really not into online stuff. Maybe that's one big drawback for some of the things we are trying to achieve. People rather sit together in a room eating crisps and playing miniatures games. But that's just a theory. So, how can we make our hobby lives better in regards to things that are not actually painting, building, and buying stuff? Yeah, we do all turn up for a moan, but let's face it, that's like Alcoholics Anonymous wanking about prices of beer going up again. And I think coming back to OTT, one thing that initially drew me to their site is when they did the show in the studio and they had the direct interaction with each other and were referencing members of the community. That felt much more alive for some odd reason. I know that they are still referencing a few of us here and now again, but somehow it doesn't feel the same. Hello, Mr. Ike Moustache, welcome. Danley, that makes me very happy, and I thank you for that very much. I'm not sure why that's your highlight, but yay me. Blame it on Lance going away from OTT and leaving the spot for the Hobby Hangout vacant. Yeah, Eagle Mustache, having the urge to start collecting Middle-earth strategy battle game, I get that. But have you looked at the price? Nah, not happening. Yes, Wonky, I feel the same, and I still believe if they would make, even if it's not every week, do one a month. End of the month, Hobby Roundup, XLBS Special Edition. Gerry hands out slaps to everybody who didn't do any hobby in that month, and show's over. The prices are not just yikes, they're woo, run, little one, run far and fast. Half of the stuff aren't in the hobby anymore. Is that so, Jill? Justin seems to be a bit sidestepped currently, be more into board gaming. But John is still very much collecting his stuff. Shay, Gerry, Lloyd even. Unsure what Warren is about, and Tom, I never knew if Tom ever has been in the hobby. And to myself, I'm not sure if they even plan to grow OTT anymore, if they just keeping status quo. And Zoidpin, yes, I'd say Gundam is in our hobby. At least in the with the fact that they are doing a miniatures game. So oh, they will be yay tall and on hack spaces. So I'm guessing some sort of battle tech typey game. Mustache, if you really want to get into a Middle Earth strategy battle game, I'd suggest grab the rulebook and find proxy miniatures on the internet. There's other makers of miniatures doing pretty decent versions of legally distinct Legolases, etc. And the cobblestone stuff is really nice, I can tell you that. Though their range is very limited. Yes, I'd been that doesn't exist yet, but what does exist is the card game with the same miniatures. Playing a miniatures game over video with someone. Is it, Crispin? I don't know. Who was it? Was it Wargames Atlantic that did the latest 10 mil versions? I do now see what you mean, Crispin. Potentially, yes. But to be fair, if I would like to watch people playing a game and I can't play the game myself, I'd like to see people playing in person, not using the means of digital abbreviations. But that's just me. Oh, and Mustache, one other option, one possible via route you could go, if you have the rulebook, use cardboard standees. See if you still like the game. Oh, so you mean somebody's just phoning in and somebody else is making the actual move? Okay. Ben on the telly playing multi-award winning Moonstone against Justin. Ah, I see what you mean. I think that could work with games who have a what you call it, any kind of grid, or hexbase, squares, whatever. Because the second you are relying on moving miniatures with measuring sticks, there will be imperfections. So yes, playing chess and BattleTech Classic would be an option. Blood Bowl, but any other things like that? Mm. Exactly, Wonky Goblin. If you like playing the game with you not using the official miniatures, and it's still fun, and you also like the miniatures, but you just haven't bought them yet, you know you're in for a treat. Yes, battleships would be something to nominate Shay to roll my die. Oh my. Yes. Oh, poor little Shay. Funny thing, I just remembered. Um, Most of you will know Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minions, and some of you may remember when he was sort of the American correspondent for OTT way back when. And in today's episode of the Snarling Badger podcast, he told that story, and yeah, that sounded like I'd imagine it would go. So if you want to have a little crossover, uh, go and listen to the current episode of Starling Badger podcast. Yeah, the big gals, whatever happened to them? They just vanished as well. The Jill is again having the what's it called? The weird king who does the very good judgments. Whatever, you know what I mean. That's a nice proposition. Grab yourself the rulebook, buy miniatures secondhand, and um, Vinted. Mr. Crispin, Vinted. I tried to look at Vinted and the interface gave me a headache. And speaking of eBay, oh lord, somebody at the beginning of the week tried to sell a big collection of Gorka Morka orcs. And Jesus Christ, 500 euros for a handful of assorted bits and bobs. Middle-earth strategy battle game, Crispin, is MESBG. Middle-earth strategy battle game. You should know it's one of Ben's favorite games. If you don't know that, no wonder he won't let you contact on Facebook. Oh, 40k Epic is just like Battlefleet Gothic. It's gold. Hello, Threx. What do you mean Firstborn Marines are going for big numbers? Maybe I start looking into selling old stuff. Nah. I'm not going to sell any of my miniatures. They're either going to be gifted away or repurposed. I'm not going to sell them. I know I will regret it. Hence, I won't do it, Crispin. As I said, I'm not selling any of my miniatures. Hello, the gaming dude. Yeah, I hear that the Middle-earth strategy battle game rule set is one of the best. Well, the subject, if it's not for you, then horses for courses. Did you ever I think you mean, did I ever finish your slave one? Let me have a quick gander where I put it. Because yes, I did finish it. Just can't remember where I put it. Bloody hell, where did that thing go? It boogered off. Oh no. There it is. For a second, I thought that was a toy, but then I remembered the one you sent me kindly was a pre-painted version. Demons Up, I don't know what to do with those points either. I guess they're just for shits and gigglies. I'm guessing you spent more on shipping than most people have ever done in other ways, shapes, or forms. Because it is called Slave 1, no matter what any reductionists want us to believe. And where is it? Hello, box. Where are you hiding? There you are. Oh, this is going to go horribly wrong. Didn't need to repaint this old model. And you what? You know what's the worst part about this? I already selected the colors. And they're sitting in the box. Airbrush colors. Now, how do I get this back where it belongs? Fucking hell. Oh. You go here. Oh no. You stay here. Yeah, Crispin, Star Wars Legion has a nice scale for some models. You bought the Falcon. I think that's either a bit too small or too expensive. Slave 1, the most fitting model seemed to be a action toy of some sorts with, I think was from Nerf. Could be Nerf. The Revel Snowspeeder kit is on point, the same scale as the Star Wars Legion model. Same for the Bandai ATST. That's on point, the same scale as the Legion one. And if you want to go really crazy, you'll get yourself a Revel X-Wing model, because that's in scale also. Yes, Ordoku, you're correct. The A-Wing is also a very good fit, and I think they had a TIE fighter, but I think that's discontinued. Though there might be a Bandai version that's still in scale. It's hard to get a Tidarium shuttle. It's hard to say, Gaming Dude. Depending on your local gaming groups, people are playing it. Good idea, what's up? I love the game. It's simple enough for a quick 1 to 2 hour session if you got a hold of the rules. The new miniatures are very clean and crisp sculpts, and the fact that in the next 2 months there should be new core sets coming out for new beginners of the hobby. So if you and a friend want to jump in, grab yourselves a faction box of your liking. They have a great value, as Jill says, and yeah, just have a stab at it. If you're unsure about getting into Legion, you can just go to Atomic Mass website, game's website, and grab the rules. The rules are free. Just use some proxy miniatures to see if the game works for you. It's nothing too complicated, to be fair. The only thing you might be missing is the movement tool, but that could be proxied as well. So yeah, if you are thinking about joining into Star Wars Legion, grab one of the starter boxes. And same as with X-Wing back in the day, even if you don't like the game, the worst part that's happening is you are stuck with a handful of lovely looking miniatures. And even with a relatively mediocre painting scheme standard that I can muster, they still look good. But if you're already thinking about going 404, well, I think you already made up your mind. But maybe try to get in the game first. I think the best argument for Legion and the new sets currently coming is the sets actually contain a full army for a skirmish version game. Not officially. Not official solo versions as far as I know. Walking Goblin, there are officially actually running games out there, only two. Star Wars Legion and Shatterpoint. X-Wing is discontinued. Armada is discontinued. The miniature games by West End is long gone. There's a Star Wars role-playing game and a shit ton of card games and board games. But miniature games, too, as far as I know. Yeah, Jill, it's always depressing to sell stuff to accommodate for your ordinary, all day, everyday life's expenses. But I think you can, if you wanted to, you could grab some of the miniatures fairly cheap by now. And to be fair, they look great in a display. All the chance that I'm getting flagged for this. Yeah, Wonky Goblin playing with hyper-competitive players is always a bad idea if you're just in for fun. If people can't stand playing for shits and giggles, it's not worth playing after you. Yeah, Jill, I played fluffy lists as well. Either it was Luke Skywalker and his X-Wing with accommodating Millennium Falcon, or it was Vader and two ties and just have at it. We are closing on the 30-minute mark for a tightly scripted show. I think when this song is over, I will bid you farewell and goodbye and good night. Beer is also empty. Oh, Jill, I don't think you need to find obscure EU references for list building and X-Wing. They came with the sets. I mean, Prince Shizor. And yes, I'm calling him Shizor. Who would you pronounce Xizor? Like, I call him Shizor. And as Lloyd once correctly stated, had they not pushed so much crap keywords in the game, it would have stayed a very fun beer and pretzel game. Thanks everybody for being here, and even though we had a rather dark start, we made it. 2 hours of happy hobby. Let's see how next week will be coming. Twisted Shishta. And now, time for sleepyheads. Goodbye. Where's my button? There's the button.